Hey, good
Hello.
afternoon.
You
It
put the
is
wrong color on. What are you doing?
my
What are you
socks.
doing?
My socks are pink.
You're messing with our.
We broke a string. Oh, I'm so sad because we had what like 5 times in a row. Just so you know, that's really important to know. We were wearing matching colors without discussing it prior. And today we are not. But like I said, I have pink color on my socks, so that counts for something. Hello, everyone. You needed to know that. So, how is everyone doing, guys? It's Tuesday. I have to say,
Oh,
it's beautiful here in Spain. It's absolutely gorgeous.
hi,
Sun is
Camille.
shining, and although
Um,
I'm stuck in the studio, I have everything closed up. But when I go outside, it's like, oh, yes, it's beautiful.
you're
So
very lucky. We
you're
have yet.
having a good week so far. I'm very lucky. Yes, I'm very grateful for everything we have.
Hi, Claudia. Yeah, the weather has not. Spring has not sprung in Montreal. It is meh.
It is.
So
Well, hello, Kathy, Cynthia, Sally, Jennifer, Kim. How are you, Kim? I think of you. Camille, hi. Hi, Lynn, Claudia, Kim. Yes, it's freezing. Oh, it was freezing? Really? That's terrible. Happy Tuesday. Oh, that's awesome. What kind of cookies? And what's the occasion?
are you known as the cookie lady at work?
Yes, hello from New Jersey. Hi. So today I am actually in a hot seat,
Yes,
waiting
yes,
for
yes.
everywhere. And so today, guys, I'm going to do, if you remember, I mentioned I'm going to do aloha. I'm going to do like a velvet or felt texture. And I did use the same medium last year when we have Brazil. Hello, Christina. Sydney, ooh, international. That's awesome. Bolivia, thank you for joining us. So last year, if you remember, around this time, actually, I think it was around this time, end of April, I did a tennis ball cookie using same medium that I will be using today. So I'll just show you how I make this sugar or what I mean. What would you call it? It is sugar.
Well, I think it's a version of standing sugar, but just
Yes,
much
exactly.
finer.
It's a finer version of sanding sugar that you can use to color. Now, I'm not going to take credit because I think it was Manu Cookies on Instagram. So I saw her felt version years ago, but she uses powdered sugar. She colors powdered sugar, and that didn't work for me. For whatever reason, it wasn't giving me the result. So I don't use powdered sugar to start with. I actually use granulated sugar, and I kind of use a not kind of. I use a food. I use a grinder, a coffee grinder. That way, I'm able to control how pulverized the sugar gets. So it's actually not like it's powdered sugar, but there are some crystals in there. Okay, I'm gonna just show you so you know what I'm talking about. Hello, Mexico. Hola. Wow, this is incredible. We have such an international audience today. So this is my it's clean. Don't it's like just from all the stuff. It's actually clean. So I'm using granulated sugar and I add a little bit of starch, cornstarch, and I'm just making a little well in there to add my food coloring. This is concentrated emery color brand. I'm starting with just a drop, and I'm going to pulse it a few times. So I'm gonna pause it and then we'll see what the color looks like. You don't want to add too much at once, depending on the project you are working on. So it's barely colored, and also my exposure is a little off here. So I'm gonna add a little more, and then
And And
yes,
sorry to interrupt, but do you think that a powdered food color would work better? I'm just looking at
oh,
it
I
like
don't know. I have no. I don't know if it would. I don't know.
I just mean because it wouldn't clump is my only.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know. So this I have
Oh,
no
look
idea.
at that.
So this is what it looks like. Now I still want, I think, a little darker, so I'm just gonna add a bit more.
I'm
Now you want
surprised.
to really make a well. Really, that's I think important to make that make a well in a sugar because if you add it every like it actually sticks to the sides of the grinder, so you don't want that. So this is a nice color that I want to use on my cookies. And obviously, when using this medium, you want to kind of match the color that you're using. So with that being said, if I'm using gray, I have I'll show you. I have like a lot of colors that I made last year. But let's say you want to use red. So for the base, you should use red royal icing, because this is not gonna give you like full coverage. You know, it's not like it's just a very light coverage. And after I process it in a grinder, then I dry it. You could use a dehydrator. I use oven. I know you're gonna be like sugar and oven, but I set it at the lowest temperature, and I have 50 Celsius. What's that in Fahrenheit? Somebody please put it in the comments. So it's the lowest temperature. I guess you could also let it maybe air dry a little bit. I just feel like the food coloring adds a little bit of moisture to it. So I wanted to make sure that that's kind of taken care of. So I'm gonna pour it on parchment and then into the oven maybe for 30 minutes or so. But dehydrator will work as well. So just want to do a one even layer and then into the oven. Once you take it out of the oven, there is one extra step that I like to do because of the food color, and sometimes it doesn't get completely blended in. So there are some particles that you want to remove. So I'm using a sieve to get those out. And
Kim's asking to repeat the temperature.
50 degrees of Celsius. So that's I'm terrible and I lived in the States for 20 years, but Fahrenheit and temperature, it doesn't go well with me. So these are the little particles that I'm just going to toss away. And here is my felt or velvet sugar medium that I'm going to use. Now
sorry, Han, just to say, at the end of the day, if the person has time, they can just air dry it. You put it because I guess you wanted to hurry it up. But
yes. I mean, it's not like reason I did air dry it, I'll show you because I have some colors here that are from last year. I'm going to bring up my camera. Okay, a little dance.
Because if they don't want to put it in the oven.
Yes. So this is the sugar that I use. This is not the original packaging. It's for sprinkles, but I'm such a frugal person. I save every container on planet Earth.
Well, it's good for the environment as well.
So you see, this is blue, royal blue. And to achieve this color, I had to use significant amount of food color. So that adds moisture, okay? So that's why you really want to dry it a little bit. And I use cornstarch in there. So I don't want, and it's still, you see, I didn't use, well, I don't want to use too much cornstarch because you don't want to add that on your cookie. But this is several months old, so I would probably have to sift it again, or maybe just pulverize it. So I have several colors, and I use these. I mean, look at this color. This is claret.
Very nice. It's a nice deep color.
Yes. So for deep colors, definitely, I would suggest that you use some kind of a drying process. Okay. Now,
we've got a couple of questions here. Denise saying she put lemon extract in her eggs and it cooked the egg. What's that about? I've never.
You need to just walk away from the kitchen and let it have its way. I added lemon extract to the egg and it cooked the egg. What's that about? Yeah, what's that about?
That's a bit weird.
Egg? Where was the egg? I don't understand. So did you put the egg somewhere and you put the what?
Yeah, that's a Twilight Zone.
I'm going to search about. So I'm going to do a little research, but Well, it really should. I don't know.
Here's just a quick question. So
gold icing is actually gold and not yellow. That's funny question because I actually have gold icing here. I haven't tried it, but you are good at that. You use gold royal icing, no?
Well, I'm just going to answer. So if you're coloring your icing with food color, you're not going to get the metallic element, which is gold. So you have to paint that on top of your yellow icing. So that's just like it's a paint, food paint with mica in it and creates the gold effect. So if you're just adding food color, you're not going to get really gold icing. So she's talking about Celsius Kim because she's in Europe. So that's.
But yeah, it's because my oven is. I can look it up. Yes, I didn't give Fahrenheit, but it's easy to research. If you put in Google, literally 50 Celsius to Fahrenheit, it will give you the reading. The temperature always threw me off. So I think 90 degrees is about 90 Fahrenheit is about 30, right? So maybe like around 100 something, 110 would be like 50.
Here, Lori's saying.
Okay, 120, 20. Okay, yeah. So it was fine. For me, it was fine. Really, I didn't have it wasn't caramelizing or anything. So, but like I said, maybe you need to, be cautious and test it first. So here are the sugar that I just showed you. I used to decorate these pumpkins. I call these velvet pumpkins. I was inspired by very popular pumpkins. They're kind of like what's the term? Fabric, like they're wrapped, like it's a fabric,
They're
right?
like tufted, maybe? Would it be tufted?
Yes. So and they use like velvet, so that's very nice. So I used that, and that's what was the inspiration behind these. Okay. And so today we're going to actually make teddy bears. I decided to do teddy bears because I did a tutorial on these teddy bears. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh wow, I see what you mean. So you added the extract, you stirred it, and then it was turning white. That's normal. That's not cooked. I do that all the time, right? Is that what happened? Like when you add extract to the egg, and you let it sit. Sometimes there is like white, like it looks like it's cooking, but it's really not cooking. So I use this cutter to cut my bear. I don't know the maker of this cutter.
I think that's like a Wilton type basic shape.
Yeah, it's a basic shape, and I think it's a nesting cutter. There are like so many different sizes. So I used it to make my cookies, and I also use my perforated mat. And for all the tools that I like to use for baking, cooking, and also decorating, you can visit my Amazon shop. I have extensive categories there. So let's start with the bear nose. So I'm going to do the nose as strands first, and I'm doing two colors. So I'm doing gray and ivory bear. So I'm starting here with piping zigzag line in the middle because I want to avoid having cratering or any kind of dimples in my icing. And I'm piping, I have my template, you can't really see, in a protector sheet. So I'm piping directly on to the protector sheet. I'm going to let this crust and then we'll pipe over it. Hey, Joseph. How is it going? It actually, I am using, Susan, this was granulated sugar that I started with, and I added a little bit of starch. I actually do have a tutorial on how to make this felt velvet decorating medium on my blog. If you look up tennis ball cookies, it's all there. The whole process is there as well. So I used it to make tennis ball cookies. And so we have the bear nose, and I'm going to just start by using edible marker. I'm using edible marker that is yellow here. I don't know, can you guys see? I think you can see. And we're going to ice this bear in sections because I want to have some definition between the arms and the body and the head and the ears. And I'm using light gray royal icing. And you know why I'm using light gray? Because I'm going to use that light gray sugar that I made. So it's going to work really well. You don't want, like if I was to use red, it wouldn't really work well. Oh, you used the sugar idea for what? I missed that.
She did it for school, I think, high school.
I'm glad. Did it work? Or did you like it? It's something new. I mean, you know, it gets a little messy, I would say.
So,
When you,
Hen, is
yes.
this original tutorial still on YouTube?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was. Don't look it up, please. I think this was my. As a
It
matter of,
was your introduction.
I think it was very much the first cookie decorating tutorial I did. It
Yeah,
was
I think
so
so too.
sloppy. It was so sloppy. I used it was I think 2013. I used plastic wrap to create texture on my cookies, and then I started seeing everyone using different tools to create texture, brushes, and other things. But the plastic wrap works so well. It's so fast.
Yes.
So you can see here, I let the head crust a little bit, and then I added the body. And for this, I'm using about 15-second consistency. My consistency for the arms and the ears itself, it's a bit thicker because I didn't want to have any cratering or any kind of um, um, what I'm trying to say, dimples
Dance.
in there. Yes. Oh no, don't look it up, Kim, please.
Well, you know what I remember,
Or
Hen?
do, but please be kind.
No,
But
no, no.
I,
I thought you were so cute because I remember trying to convince you to even make a video, and then you went way outside your comfort level and you did
oh
it.
God, yes.
You were so
Well,
cute.
but now if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here with you. So you
Exactly.
really have to fail many times in order to succeed. Like succeed, right?
Well,
And then
before you fail, you even have to like make yourself vulnerable
yes, and really
to
uncomfortable. It's really
yes.
uncomfortable. Yes, it was so uncomfortable, but I was so proud of myself. And I made those bears because I actually did make felt bears for my niece. Did I tell you this story that I I sent her, I don't know, 15 bears that I handmade? Like there's a picture on my blog, and she was maybe 3 years old at the time, or maybe even younger. So now I'm adding the arms, and imagine, I mean, I'm still having a nightmare because of it. So her dad found a needle in one of them. I'm having such a nightmare because like she was playing with it, a little baby. So I stuffed it with the stuffing material, but I
Oh,
forgot
hold on.
the needle inside.
So hold on, Hen. You're
Yes.
because people are gonna think there was a needle inside a cookie.
No, no, no. In a felt bear. I made felt bears like a toy that I stuffed. That I've sewn it on a machine, and I stuffed it with the what's the material? The white like stuff like to
Yeah, the
stuff.
polyester filling there.
Yes, the filler, and I guess I left the needle there. Not in the cookie, guys. No, I don't use. That will be something else. No, 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 not in a cookie, but it was a toy. That was quite something. Yes. So we have the bear done. Now I'm going to show you. I'll do the felt step last. So I'm going to do the ivory bear, and the ivory bear is slightly different. And this, as I was decorating it, it reminded me of the bear that you guys all know. I couldn't remember the name. He's like this light yellowish, I guess, color, or like I'm doing ivory, and he's wearing blue sweater. What bear is it? What's the name?
Is it
Like usually
Paddington?
people. No, 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 not the Paddington. No, no, no. I see people decorate cookies. There is always a bee, like a or honey with him.
Winnie
What's
the Pooh?
Oh yes. Yes, I was like all day like this bear reminds me of the. Oh yes, I couldn't. I was like online searching. I couldn't figure it out. Yes, that's the one, but that's not what I was going for. Yes, Winnie the Pooh. Ah, like I said, last week my brain was frozen. Now it's slowly defrosting, but it's gonna take a while. So I'm using straight from a bottle ivory food coloring for this process. Hello, I'm sorry. No
Yeah,
hablo español.
we don't
Not
speak
yet.
Spanish.
Not
So
yet. Not yet. I'm working on my Spanish slowly, day by day. So I'm doing the top and the bottom, and then the middle it's going to be blue because I wanted to do two different designs, slightly different. So if you wanted to play with it, you could do that, or you could even do a dress. This could be a lady bear, a mama bear. If you do a dress, maybe use brushed embroidery on the bottom or something like that. But I'm keeping this very simple. Winnie the Pooh is Canadian. Oh, is that right?
I
Is
think
that
the
right?
original, yeah, like the books.
The illustrator was Canadian.
I guess, yeah, it's like an old classics
Yes,
story, you know.
yes, yes. That's interesting. I love hearing all these. Blue rain jacket was Paddington. Yes, 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 it was. But this is not Paddington. I did Paddington years ago. He has a red head. I think that's like also signature part. But this reminded me of Winnie the Pooh. Although you may say that it didn't. It's not looking like him at all. So we'll see. So next step was to do the blue. So the arms, the head, and the legs needs to be crusted. I'm adding a little bit of a zigzag line, support line, or skeleton line, as Marlene often calls it, to help with cratering. I'm gonna let that zigzag line crust. There is no particular reason. The reason, well, there is, I guess. I'm trying to see what I created in the past for my on my blog, and this is about what's today 9 years old. This project that I did 9 years ago. So I wanted to redo this project. So that's why I'm doing the bears, and I wanted to use the felt sugar or the sugar medium to you, and bears seem like a good project because it creates the texture that we love on teddy bears. No, what do you say? I'm like talking in circles now.
No, I mean it's nice to switch up the cookies, and a teddy bear is a nice canvas for this kind of felted look for sure.
Yes, yes, thank you. So I'm letting the blue crust again. There is lots of crusting here, but the thing is, if you're doing, let's say, 12 or 15 or 20 of these, you can really do one section on all of them, and then by the time you are done, the next section is going to be ready for you. Especially if you have like a fan running close by, just put it on a flat tray in front of the fan, and it's gonna start crusting fast. Hi, Kathy. And this is royal blue, straight from a bottle. I'm actually running low on my royal blue.
Maybe the rainbow dust line, I think, is from Europe. It might be easier for you to shop.
Yes, yes, they do. They do have. There is a shop. Was it Alicante or Valencia? I can't remember. There is
Oh
a
yes. Sometimes you.
very nice shop there. Very nice. I'm like always in heaven there.
Hey, Gwen.
So, thank you, Gwen. So quickly before we jump into the bears, I'm just gonna quickly show you tennis ball and velvet, so you know what we are going to do. So with the tennis ball, remember who remembers this project? I did this about a year ago. So I'm brushing a thin layer. Actually, I think during the live, I made a mistake. I did it differently. And now I'm adding that powdered sugar or whatever we want to call it. And it adds this fuzz texture that we know that tennis balls are famous for. Do you know why there is fuzz on tennis balls? I did not like. I had to do some research. It's like it has a lot of reasons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can look it up on my blog.
Oh, okay. Well, here Jennifer also wants to give us some.
Oh yes, we don't know how many know where the teddy bear came from. I don't know. Is it I'm gonna make an educated guess. Is it named by someone?
There, June. June is saying, and
Oh.
I think she might be right.
Oh, so
Ding, ding, ding. So yes.
okay, very well. So, okay, I'm gonna move, and we're gonna do some decorating. So here are my noses. These have been drying all day. So I'm going to do gray one because I just love how the gray one turned out. So hopefully they're dry. We'll see. Oh, it looks like it's not completely dry, so I'm using my spatula. Oops. It's sometimes when you are in a rush, let me just get you have to kind of work with what you have. So these are fully crusted, but not fully dry underneath. You see how like it's still slightly, so these would need a little more time to be fully dry. So if you happen to be in a hurry and you need to use these, just handle them with care because these will break very easily.
Yes,
Okay.
she's been at it for quite a
For
few
second
years.
time, yes, quite some time. But the first ones are always interesting. So if you do watch that video, please be kind. And so now I'm going to start with my the felt texture.
And
Oh my
what am
yes.
I seeing on the cookie? Like at the bottom, there's like a line. Is it you
Oh,
outlined
this
it?
is my sorry. This is a bad. Oh, your eyes of an evil. Nothing escapes you. That was me rushing. It's a double cut. It's still edible. Okay, why would I waste it? So it's a double cut. I actually baked these
What is a
uh,
double cut?
yesterday, or whatever you want to call it. I like you know the cutter. The cutter. It's not. It's a pretty shallow cutter. I have to say. It's not
Okay.
deep. So as I was okay, you really gonna make me explain what's happening? I'm gonna pay for that later. So as you're pressing, right? You're pressing hard, and I was.
Oh, it just jumped a bit.
It just jumped a little bit, and I noticed it after I put it on a tray, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, that's
nobody's
fine.
gonna. And I thought nobody's gonna see it. I see you. Yes, okay. So, how is everyone, guys? Are you enjoying yourselves, watching us, having a little bit of a, fun? We are good friends, so all is good. So it is, and why is it that it was named after him? Is it because his affinity for for bears, or did?
So Melanie is saying it has something to do with a hunting incident.
Oh, oh, well, that doesn't sound fun.
Oh, he didn't want to kill a bear on a hunting trip.
Oh, teddy bear. So that's sweet. It caught on, obviously. So, so, so I'm also going to use, this is a handy tool to have. I'm going to use, I'm giving you space. What am I? I'm giving you space to talk because I feel like I'm talking all the time.
Oh no, I'm reading I'm putting the comments on.
Coffee filter. Thank you
So
very
I
much.
think the coffee filter. The coffee filter is a wonderful way to collect.
You can use, this is a bead tray that you can also use. Today I'm just going to use coffee filter because it's like I find it's easier for this anyway.
It does the job.
Yes. So let me just get my tools because we're going to need. So I'm starting on the bottom here. Oops, let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to start. There is a little bubble, so excuse that bubble, but it's going to be hidden in a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be hidden with this. So it doesn't matter.
So the reason I'm going to start on the bottom here because I'm going to be adding the nose, and we'll add some blackberry icing. So if this was done and then I was adding my felt or whatever the texture here, it's most likely it would get on the wet icing that I will be using here. So this is the same color, or it should be, similar.
So, Han, can I ask you why, just to understand your process, why did you not sprinkle the wet, like, when you do your flood?
The why? Because it's too fine. It's too fine, and it doesn't. It basically, I made that mistake during the live when we did the tennis ball.
Uh-huh.
I didn't wait for the base to dry. I sprinkled it on, and it sinks in. And
Okay.
so, what happens? Because the icing is wet, the pigment in the powder in that felt textured sugar, whatever the sugar, it starts to kind of like dissolve a little bit or something. Like it's not. I can't really explain, but it doesn't really work as well. I don't
There's
think you
too much
are.
moisture.
Yeah, too much moisture, and it sinks in. The texture is not really there, or the look of it. So
Okay, no, I
that's
understand.
why, because it's too fine. Yes. Thank you for your question. So I'm going to, you can use big brush, small brush, whatever you have on hand. Obviously, these are all food safe brushes that I like to use. These are actually from Wilton. It's a set, I always talk about it. It's a set of 5. I like to do this I guess I'm fast enough, so I'll do it in one swoop. But if you are slower, I recommend doing the bottom first and then,
Breaking it up.
yes.
But I mean, it really doesn't need a lot of moisture to adhere that,
No, no,
right?
no, 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 it does not. It really doesn't. It really does not. The only thing is like if you are slower, it may start crusting. That's my only, you know. Maybe I should have done the bottom and head separately. I'm so hasty.
What's the consistency, Teresa's asking, of this icing?
This is about, I would say, 20. Now you could use thicker icing, but like I said, if you're using thicker icing, then it's gonna start crusting on you, and it won't stick to it as
It's
nicely.
difficult to smear like to paint on.
Yes, and also that's true. So now I'm going to put it on my, oops, it's flying. And we're just going to basically, you can use a spatula or something to dump it on it. My sister-in-law, she used to send me postcards for birthdays and other occasions, and she would often, and she knew I loved this bear. You've seen it. It's an illustrated bear. It's like gray with like fuzzy, and it's so beautiful. So I was inspired by that. So I'm just going to, oops. Let me set this aside here. Now I'm also going to use my little, oops, a little more. So you could let it be like this, and just wait for it to kind of. I'm just going to use air.
Oh, your little.
Yeah, just whatever if there is some kind of like a red, remnants of big chunks of sugar. Now I'm going to attach remember the nose?
Your nose, yes. Victoria's asking, do you have any recommendations for a watercolor?
Color details. Well, I would just look at the artist section, right? I mean, I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, me too. I'm same as Han. Just go to your local art store and maybe look for
So
something
reason
there.
I'm taking this off is so my nose would stick. And you really don't want to add the nose before you add the felt. I'm gonna show you why, because I did it, and it's not the nicest look.
Yeah.
It's hard to then go around. Okay, so I'm just taking that off. At this point, the stitching that sometimes we see on the bears. You could do that now, like you could take your scribe and you could, basically scrape off that icing and do the stitching. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to add some white on here.
Amber's saying hello.
Hi, Ems. So now,
it is a very fine sugar that handmade, and if you watch the replay, you can see how she did it. And also, you have a blog post, eh?
Yes, about the sugar, I have a blog post. I will have a blog post about these teddy bears, but the sugar, it's if you look up tennis ball cookies, decorated tennis ball cookies on my blog or in a Google, my post comes up. So there is a step-by-step tutorial on how I created this medium, this decorating medium, to create felt or velvet kind of texture. So at this point, the lines, sometimes like you see the stitching, so you could do the stitching by basically scraping off some of that if you wanted to. You know what I mean? So you can really, but you need to do it right after you do the velvet. You could do maybe at the ears.
So, Jenny's asking specifically about your tennis balls. Do you address the colors and everything you use in your blog post?
Yes. For the tennis balls, yes. The tennis balls yes. Did you know tennis balls? Did you know that it was white? I find it fascinating, all the history about this stuff. Like I was researching about tennis ball, it was white. They changed the color to this neon, basically, to address the viewability on the television and also during the play. I believe that's why. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was white.
That's her blog right there, hanielas.com, and you'll find the tutorial on her blog, all the details. Yes, I would imagine the TV, like I think it's football, they actually started adding like CGI, the lines, like where the play was, because the audience didn't know, like, I guess I don't know anything about football, but where the play was starting, or what, you know what I mean? Like details about where they were at in the game.
So I thought it's fascinating to me anyway.
They started also adding like lines to show where the puck had gone, because it goes so fast. So they would kind of like.
Imagine there was a black and white television too.
Yes.
So you couldn't, so the ball, I mean, at that point, it didn't really matter what color the ball was, right? But I guess it, here it is. I was looking for the correct brush. So now I'm going to do in order to do the eyes.
We have someone watching from Nairobi. Hello.
Oh, Pink Ribbon Cake Delight. Lovely cake you have as your thumbnail.
Hi, Bobby.
So now I'm going to use my smaller, well, it's not really small, but I'm just going to brush some of this off.
Thanks, Jennifer.
For the eyes, okay? Reason I'm doing this, because this texture, if you pipe.
Oh my God.
You're not old, you're vintage. I don't remember. Well, no, I don't. Yeah, I think they were always, the fuzz is, I think, to help with the play. How they hit the ball and the curveball and all that. So it helps with that. And something else. Oh, and it actually, believe it or not, the fuzz makes the ball. I mean, I know I'm giving a lesson on tennis ball. It sticks, not sticks, but it there's the tennis the netting. It grabs the ball. Like it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like there is some traction there. So it's not just like sliding off. So they have more control. Anyway. You can all look it up. That's what I did. Okay, so now I have my Blackberry Icing. You could also, I was actually playing with an idea of using pearls, black pearls for the eyes. But if you put it, I'll show you what I did. Here is the example of, no, this is not it. Where is it? This is it. I think.
Well, it's difficult to put the pearls in and avoid them as you do the fuzz.
Exactly. So this is the one I did all the felt thing, all the felt texture after I added the ice. So you see, it was impossible to do it. And I added icing on his nose, so it's not as sharp looking, you know. I was trying to maybe save some time, but I ended up actually wasting more time because I had to be very careful going around his nose.
Mm-hmm. Billie Jean King. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that movie about her life.
Okay. So now we're going with the black. Okay. So I just got my black here. I'm going to, if I can get it out.
Thank you, Tamuna.
Thank you.
So, are you doing a theme next month, or what are you going to do for the lives? Have you thought about it?
I might actually do animals.
So animals all month?
Well, the thing, yeah. Well, I know you guys want to have also graduation cookies, right? So I don't know. I don't
You
know.
know what you could do,
A lot of
because you
animals
made
involved, you know?
graduation cookies and animals. You could actually show them how to use high school like logos, often like, let's say, the tigers or the, you know, a lot of them have animals as their
Is there logo?
mascots.
Mascots, yes.
So you could do a graduation theme, you know, how to kind of combination like that.
Yes. Yes, I think that will work. I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm thinking for next month, I would do stencils. There's
Oh,
so
that,
many different
that
kinds of
would be
stencils.
fantastic.
I was thinking showing how to make stencils, how to use stencils,
That would be fantastic. Please do that.
stencils
Please
all
tell us.
month.
Please tell her to do it in the comments.
You see,
Thank
Lynn's
you,
mascot is a
Lydia.
bear.
Oh, bear! Awesome. Also for the kids going off to college. So here is the first, right? Isn't he cute? I mean, come on, guys.
Cute.
He's so cute. Now, another thing you could do, I mean, because the bear that I was inspired by, there's always some red, usually heart or something. Hi. Oh, hi, bye. Darn, yes, I have to leave. Sorry, you have to leave, but you can always watch the replay. Thank you for watching. So you could add a little heart. Oh, heck, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So again, like I'm not like I wouldn't recommend adding too many details on when you do the felt. You really want the felt to kind of stand out. Like don't cover it up. I mean, you spend all this time making the sugar, drying it, and using it, and all that. So I'm gonna add a little heart maybe here or here. Oh, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to scrape some of that off just so it sticks. And then there. So I've got some red here, and I'm telling you, you would think that I would know better. Okay, so I need to make tiny little heart. Like, please, folks, don't do this at home, okay? When you need to make like tiny little decoration, it's the worst thing you can do to put like 2 cups of icing in your bag because it's very hard to control and it also gets very heavy in your hand. So use less. Less is more.
So I'm getting confirmation that it will be stencils
UV stencils.
next month. So I'm going to, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to unpack with stencils. So I'll, you know, try to do projects that revolve around that. So I'm looking at your little heart. Maybe it would be easier if, let's say, they wanted to do that, is to make them as transfers, maybe?
Yes, exactly. Just
Like
like do a transfer, it's much easier, much easier. Okay. Now, I don't know. Do you guys? I mean, we are 46 minutes. Do you want to see the other one? I mean, it's out. We have here our Mr. Winnie the Pooh.
I do, Jennifer, sure.
So this teddy bear. Do I show this one? I mean, it's the same. It's basically the same technique. So do you guys want to see that again?
Yes, and yes.
Oh, yes and yes. Okay, very well. All right. So let me clean up this so I don't accidentally. I can't wait to use this for Christmas. This will be so fun. Felt
You mean your fuzz?
felt ornaments. I'm sorry, felt ornaments.
You meant your fuzz, yes. I mean,
Yes.
it's.
You're fast.
I think it'd be great for a lot of things, like even a baby onesie.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was thinking like yes, that too. But imagine like if you did it, that not the whole cookie would be fuzz. It would be like let's say a section. Let's say you know what I mean, like a section of it would be, let's say, a scarf or something, or a hat would be, yes. Oh, Sally, thank you. I'm glad you like him. I like him as well. Yeah, I'm glad I chose that color. I wasn't so sure, but then I remembered that little illustrated bear. Yes, please, the baby blanket. Fuzzy stockings for Christmas would be adorable. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Loving all your ideas. So now, hopefully this will come out.
Mittens too, be cute on a mitten cookie.
Yes. Now what I'm doing, you probably guessed what I'm doing from the
You're
noise.
massaging the bag.
Massaging the bag. Do you do private classes? Yes, we do. We don't have anything scheduled at the moment, but would you guys be interested in?
Well, I think Cecilia's asking, I think, private. When she says private, I think she's meaning one-on-one.
One? Yes. Well, we do, right? Or do you do?
Well, I
That's a good question. I have.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
All right, so I think this looks good. So now important, I'm going to wipe my brush because it's there's gray icing. I don't want that to be on my ivory colored bear. So
Can
now,
you believe how quickly April flew by?
yes, it's showing us tail. Yeah, it's there was Easter once upon a time, right? It's amazing. It's incredible how fast. It just, well, the thing is, like, if you have things to do and it just flies by.
Cecilia, Han is in Spain, and I am in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yes. So here, folks, it's almost 8 o'clock at night. Okay. Where am I? Let's go.
Oh my, yes. A month is not, the wedding will be here in no time for sure. Lenan, are you making favors, or maybe has her bridal shower already passed? I'm guessing you're not around Spain, Cecilia? She wrote, oh my God. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm doing this in sections because I want to have enough time.
So just so I know, Han, is anything in the coffee shop for the viewers if they want to give you a...
There is nothing new in a coffee shop, but there is an option that you can support me by buying me a lemon.
Oh yes, you can, like, it's basically a chit jar.
There's actually a brand new, I don't know if I did post that, ice cream cone template along with ice cream cone transfer sheet. There's also a free PDF with a lot of my favorite tools and links where the PDF includes all the images and they are clickable. So you can then click on the image and it will take you to the site where you can buy it. Most of them are actually Amazon. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I will get a very small commission from the purchase, but it adds up. So that's one way you can support us. And also, I mean, I don't promote tools that I don't like myself. So it's always tools that I really like to use, and you probably see me using them a lot during the lives. I'm gonna shake that off once I'm done doing this part.
Joseph, I didn't finalize the schedule. We just kind of discussed it, me and Han and Amber. So I'll publish it. I have to just edit it up. I'll post it.
Oh, schedule for the lives?
Joanne's asking, which do you prefer? The Patreon, Facebook, like stars on Facebook, which is your preferred support?
I'm going to tell you which is not Facebook. Because it doesn't, Facebook usually takes a lot of, we get literally nothing, right, for Facebook. So Patreon is very good. Patreon is excellent. And also, you know, Coffee is also really, really good. But I really like Patreon, I think. That's probably my favorite. Not my favorite, but like everything adds up. But what do you have something
Well,
to
it
say?
depends. Like Facebook occasionally, like right now for me, Facebook is doubling the stars and they're not taking a commission. So it's worth it this month for the stars on Facebook.
If they do a bonus, yeah, if they do promote, yeah, bonuses like that, then it's worth it, yes. But doing like without, when there are no bonuses, yeah, Patreon is it's
best, yes.
It's the best, yes.
They take a small commission.
Thank you for asking.
Which I'm happy to pay because they offer the platform. So.
Yes. Now this, looking at this color, you could probably get away. Oops, I put someone like that there. You could probably get away by using the sand. You know, the cookie sand.
Actual cookie, pulverized cookie.
Yes, you could probably get away with that, but I don't know if you can pulverize it this fine. That's the only thing. So I'm just using, and you see how it's actually sticking to the blue, so we have to use a little brush. Just a little bit.
I didn't, Joseph, I didn't post a schedule. I'll post it, you know, I usually share it here, and I haven't posted it yet.
But on Friday, guys, don't forget Friday, Marlon is going to have a mini class, which will be super fun. I'm excited.
Here it is. If you guys want to see, there it is.
I would totally wear that. I would totally wear that.
You'd look smashing in it. This would look very nice on you.
Thank you. Are you trying to climb the ladder? It's too late for that. You're already at the top. I don't know where else you want to go. All right, so let me just clean this up. And we're going to do the same. It's the same process. Remember how we attached hello to Japan. I don't know any Japanese words. Do you?
Nothing's really, is it? No, I'm not even going to go out there. Origato, maybe? Is that Japanese?
Well, what's the sakura? No, sakura is the.
Yes.
What? You already baked the bear cookies? No, Sally, that's not possible. Did you?
She probably has cookie dough sitting like at the ready all the time.
So I'm not gonna show. Okay, so I'm able to get it off. Just trying.
Yes,
to get
Jennifer, it does make the great moss and great.
Yes. So I'm going to add my nose here. I always use little shifting motion.
Oh, she's saying she baked her cookies for Friday's mini class. That's what she's saying. She made her skirt and.
Oh, awesome. It will be fun. Right? It will be good to see you again. I'm glad you clarified, because otherwise I would have to give you a status of a superwoman or something. Even, I mean, you really are, because Sally is such a prolific.
Well, we're all super women.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna zip it now. All right, so now I'm making the eyes. So again, I'm just brushing off a little bit. Reason I'm doing this, it's highly that it wouldn't completely stick, you know. So where's my black? Oh, there.
Oh yes, that's a good. Lynn Ann is saying a little bit of coffee.
Yes, yes, that's now. Oh, and taste would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I mean, you probably couldn't add it to the for the kids, but it would be lovely. I would love that. I would love that. How about cinnamon? Would that work? But cinnamon, but maybe too overpowering, huh?
Oh
You
my
are
gosh, Claudia, I'd love to sit and have a coffee and find out how that happened.
Love it.
Hey, how did a Brazilian find her way to Japan? What's
That's
the
fantastic.
story? Yes,
Yeah,
it's very
sandwich
nice.
sugar also works. Yes, Karen. I mean, it does. I mean, you know, we always try to think of other things. So just
Oh, cinnamon. That would be also a little touch of color in there. So next Tuesday, I would be in the hot seat, I would presume, if I'm just going by memory, and we'll be talking about stencils. I
nearly said chopping block. Remember how I halted you? Like, no, we can't use the chopping block, but it.
You know, maybe chopping block.
I almost like it. It almost came out, and I was like, oh, we're not calling it that. All right. So now I'm just going to add. Well, this is actually nose, right? The other part is muzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I wasn't correct. So
very cute.
So the muzzle is a transfer, and you could also do this with a marker. It will be a lot easier.
And I mean, if you want to save time, you could actually pipe it on the transfers before you even put it on the cookie.
Exactly. I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
So, and the last, what's the very last thing? Can anyone guess? Can you guess?
Oh, your heart again. The first thing that came to mind is like a belly button. What are you doing? Very cute.
How are we on time?
You have 30 seconds.
I'm not gonna breathe. Countdown.
We're still live, June, just about done. She's wrapping it up. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. If you're just watching us, you can watch on replay. The lives are available on Facebook and YouTube to rewatch. So cute, Han.
These are super cute. If I can, I don't normally say that about my cookies, but I love the gray one so much.
Very, very nice. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today.
And don't forget to tune in on Friday.
Yeah, Friday. This is the project. For those of you that are on Patreon and Facebook, you'll find the template there. It's not too late to get ready. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.